Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. This is divine intuition. Right now, I'm led to talk about this shift. There's a frequency right now. There's an energy in the air. And there's a reason why things are happening why they're happening. There is I'm seeing it in my mind. It's like it's energy. It's coming from this earth, going to the heavens. It's Spirit just gave me what is old is now reborn again, is new, is what remembering how to blossom, remembering how to shine, remembering what it's like to be in the sun and to be one with the ether. This feeling that something is going on, but you don't know what's going on. You're right. Something is going on. But it's bigger. It's so, man. Like right now where I'm at, the sun isn't out. It's actually super cool today, considering it was hot as all get out yesterday, but Vegas life. Right now there's no sun out. But even on this cloudy day, it's not a normal cloudy day because of the frequency that the earth is emitting off. There's see how I see it when I close my eyes and I silence around me, which took time. Okay, it just doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to silence what's around you, even when you're in silence. That's something to ponder on. Even when you're in silence, you can silence what's around you. But when I do that, I see everything in a frequency. And those frequencies have colors. I'm seeing them in colors. I'm seeing the energy. Like I've grown enough into who I am and what's in my bloodline and what's in my ancestral blood. I've tapped in enough, and I'm growing to learn that I see the color that's around people and around objects. And it has changed the decisions that I've made. And that's because of this shift that's happening. I'm moving with this shift. I'm understand that what's happening right now all over this globe, what is happening right now is an awakening. It's an awakening. and it's not this. It's woke culture is not the right word or phrase. To me, it's not. For the simple fact that everyone's woke to something. But what are you awakened to? What are you enlightened to? What have you grown into the understanding of? And how have you ascended your mortal self to be more than what you are, to be more of the universe? We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. But what kind of spirit are you? That's the energy and that's the frequency that's moving in this earth right now. Because a lot of these negative spirits, a lot of these negative energies that have now been walking around and roaming this earth and putting their energy down because it was their time is no more. So the energy is shifting and changing. And understand that with change, sometimes comes chaos. Sometimes you have to demo the old house to build a new one. Because there's been a shift. For whatever reason. Change of owners, the house has been condemned, and that's all frequency to get to that point. That's what's happening now. That's what's happening now. If you're listening to this, you sense the change. You sense something different in the atmosphere. Your atmosphere. And you want to change. You want some answers. You want to know what's going on. You want a different perspective than what you currently have. That's moving with the shift, moving with the frequency. The sun doesn't even shine the same anymore. When the rain falls, listen to it. Listen to the rainfall. How old am I? I'm 43. Rain falls different in the country and all that greenery and all that space than it does here in Las Vegas. And I'm not even in the city of Las Vegas on the Strip. I live closer to the mountains, but the rain still falls different here. And I had to ask myself how old I am because age is time. I forgot where I had heard it. Prince maybe said that he doesn't recognize how old he is. I forgot where I heard it. But to put a number on yourself means to put a time on yourself. Age is time. My being, who I am, is timeless. Just like the energies, just like the frequencies. Timeless. You have to understand that in this shift, you have to understand that you are timeless too. You have to understand that you have to move in the feeling. Yes. Yes. You have to move in the feeling. Because you're always being told intuitively how to move. And see, the problem is because it doesn't make sense to you. You don't move that way. But see, why does it have to make sense to you? Because the older you get, the more your senses are shaped by the world around you. That's why children say the darndest things, because they haven't yet been shaped by the world around them. They're still riding in the frequency of the universe. Their children move intuitively. When you see kids having fun outside, God, today. Do kids even do that now? I see some every now and then when I go to the park. When you see kids, they just do stuff or they just say stuff. Kids have no filter. But is it because you have put up a filter? You have chosen to put up a filter to block these waves of the universe, of the earth. Kids move. If you just let a kid be, the kid is going to want to play outside. Okay, let me pause. I'm talking about a kid who hasn't been glued to their phone or been forced to be glued to a device for an early age. If you let a child move in their imagination, you'll realize that a child is more in sync with the frequencies of the earth than we are. Because a child doesn't have the blockages that was put on them, that was taught to them instead of them being intuitive on what's going on. There's a thing as guidance. But if you watch a child, if you listen to a child sometimes, they'll say some deep shit. They'll do some things that as adults we're like, man, I wish I could be that carefree. Why can't you? Why can't you? When you understand that you're changing, the world is changing. You're changing with the world. You're changing with the atmosphere. It doesn't, whether you want to or not, it's happening. Whether you want to change or not, it's happening. It's how it happens that's determined by you. I don't know when the last time you went outside the ground, which is going outside and being one with nature. Take your shoes off. Sit down in the grass. If you're in Las Vegas, find some grass, some real grass, and get your toes in there. Take your shoes off. Sit down. I say grass. I mean, if you can. If just circumstances put it where you cannot and it has to be dirt or even concrete that's sitting on dirt. Make yourself one with the earth. Make yourself one with the frequency that is natural, that has been here for as long as this earth has. This atmosphere is speaking. The world is turning differently than it's ever turned. Science has proven that. Things aren't happening in the world by chance. Now, some of the weather is man-made weather. HAARP, look it up. But see, there are some things that even that can't mess with, because it's an it's a frequency of the earth. There's a time right now that is in this earth that is happening. And there's a shift. Not only just it's not only just a shift just in the rotation of the world and the frequency. It's a shift in the powers. And I don't mean just the people. How you are awakening yourself to your intuition, to that thing that's been inside of you this whole time, to remember who you are and how your frequency resonates in the universe. That is key. That is important. Because when the shift comes, you have to be ready. You have to be doing something. You have to, and when I say be doing something, be on your journey. Somewhere on your journey. Because it's, like I said, when things get to changing sometimes, there's chaos, there's demolition, there's dirtiness before it all gets cleaned up, before it all gets straightened, before it all gets rebuilt. Understand that frequency, this frequency, the same thing applies to you. You're a frequency, you're a vibration. And there's always a shift that's happening in you. There's always a shift, a change that's happening in you. If you are aware of it, if you choose to make yourself aware of it. You can't be in sunshine all the time and the rays stay the same. You can't. And that's because the rotation of the sun, the clouds, the air around you, if there's pollution, if you're in the shade, whatever. The same thing applies to your work for yourself. You have to be doing something. And you have to be, let me stop. You don't have to be doing anything. Let's just be real. You don't have to be doing anything. But if you're listening to me, you've decided to do something. You decided that you wanted another perspective. You feel that there's something different in the air, and you want to see what's out there. You got your feelers out because you're on this road, and you want to see where this road goes. You've chosen to walk a path, hopefully a path not yet traveled. Because the path that is yours is not yet traveled, but it is there for you. I hope that makes sense. That's the atmosphere we're in. That's the frequency, the shift. It's a power change. It's now it's not just what you see with your mortal eyes anymore. We see where that's gotten us. And Uh-huh. It has been decided long before now that the change would come now. Everything has always been decided. It's a matter of, are you choosing to change with the atmosphere, with the times, with the frequency? When you change your frequency, you change your energy, it changes your altitude. It does. When your frequency changes and your energy changes, your attitude changes. Your attitude is your altitude. That's why there's a shift in power. The time has come for you to choose if you want to shift too. You can't walk along the same road forever and not think you're not going to hit some rocks, big or small. You have to decide what's up with these rocks. Shift and change. You're going to shift these rocks, move them to the side. You're going to change these rocks. There's so many rocks down the path that some of y'all are on that you can make a bench and rest for a damn second and stop moving around and take a second to listen to what your intuition is telling you. You've got that many rocks on your road, on your journey, on your path. And you just think that they're roadblocks. You just think they're things that's holding you back. No, you haven't you haven't observed the shift. You haven't observed the shift, the change, the frequency. Every single rock in your path has an energy. Every single rock in your path has a frequency. Sometimes when you put frequencies and energies together, you get a damn bench so you can sit your ass down and observe the fact that you've cleared the road before you. Shift. It's a change in the atmosphere. It's a beautiful thing. Flow with the change. Go with the frequency, because it's a higher frequency now. Ooh, it's a frequency of old, but it's a frequency of new. This isn't new energy. This is energy of the earth. This is this is ancestral energy. This is energy. This is energy of many lives, many ages, many histories, decades, centuries ago. This is what was once put in the dark, coming to the light, like a plant sprouting out of the ground that's been a seed planting there. It's harvest time. Yeah, it is harvest time. Get on that. Get with your intuition. It's going to put you on that right frequency. It's going to tell you what you need to do so you can ride this atmosphere. Notice the changes around you. Notice the change in yourself. Energy, shift. This is, it's a beautiful thing. It's just, I feel it on me. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Such an amazing day. Such an amazing day. This has been Divine Intuition. I thank you for listening. Peace.